Okay, so let's start to assess our putting stroke. Let's make sure that we are at least, dare I say it, starting the ball on our desired line, and then we can build our stroke, build any changes that we need to do around that. So very simply, we would have seen this a million times on social media, but obviously the gate drill is a great place to start to not only give you center contact on the putter face, but also give you an awareness of whether you are starting the ball true to that line. Now, you're going to notice that I'm not putting towards the hole. I think for when you are working on technique, you don't necessarily need to be putting towards the hole. I think when you start to have the result of the hole, have the make or miss sort of mindset, I think we can sometimes get influence. If you are coming to the putting green to work on your putting, I don't think you necessarily need to be putting towards the hole all the time. So the gate drill itself, if you've never seen it before, I'll be amazed actually, but I'm gonna just create a little gate for my putter. So that is putting a tee on the outside of the toe, and then also putting a tee on the heel side. Obviously just wide enough that you can get through, but then that's going to allow me just to have an understanding of center contact, where I'm feeling that I can swing back and through, and therefore not hit either tee. Now, you can be as mean or as generous to yourself as you would like, but you can see that I can achieve that, and it really just gets me focusing on going through on a consistent basis. Because at the end of the day, if we're not getting a consistent strike on the putter, we're not going to get a consistent reaction, so therefore we can't develop our feel. And then really the next one, just for a bit of testing, should we say. Now those rolled fairly straight. I tried to find a fairly straight putt out here. Would be, I'm going to use the other ball. I would go, let's say a putter length would be a nice way of creating a bit of a gate. And then if I have the ball, so I'm just going to use the tee peg on the side, put the ball here. Now this may take a little bit of time where you've got to, dare I say it, faff around with the tees just to get yourself in a reasonable position. But that is big enough for the ball, just with a little bit of space, and my putter is just about big enough. Now, what I've got to try and do now is, can I aim through the two tees and get it going nicely through the gap? No, we can't. So we're going to try again. That was definitely a pull, I could see that. We will come on to the stroke to begin in a little bit in the series. Again, a little bit left. Now that is definitely my tendency, so this is going to be good. I'm just going to check to make sure it is me. I think it is me. It's not the putter, it's me. Yeah, no, it's definitely me. So this would be your first step to work out where your putting is, where your stroke is. So once I get my setup comfortable, elbows nicely tucked, can I just work? Hooray! Third time lucky. I shouldn't do any more, really. But let's just... There we go. See, look, I've now found a little bit of a rhythm. The first two, my putter was definitely waving out on the outside on the backstroke and was definitely a little bit shut, and I just full-on pulled it. But now, I've just tweaked myself. So look, even just doing this for a couple of minutes has already helped. So this is your starting point. This is your start line. Let's see where you're at. Obviously, what I did is I kept hitting the tee on the left-hand side. I knew it wasn't really my alignment because I can line myself up quite easily through being nice and close, but I definitely realized that that putter was going either pulling left or the face was left. With a slight adjustment, I was able to improve my stroke and improve my start line. So let's crack on. and let's move on to maybe the stroke and a few longer putts.